Lakers faithful. Today we're diving into an exclusive update that every basketball enthusiast needs to hear. Before we jump into the action, make sure you hit that subscribe button and give the video a thumbs up. Your support keeps you in the loop with the freshest news every single day. Now, let's get right into it. LeBron James has built a legacy that few can rival, carving his name into the annals of the NBA with jaw-dropping athleticism, unerring basketball IQ, and a competitive fire that burns brighter with each passing season. With more than 42,000 points to his name, he stands as the league's all-time leading scorer, a monument to consistency and brilliance that few believed possible when he first stepped onto the hardwood as a teenager. Yet even the king himself will tell you that greatness is forged in the crucible of adversity. Recently, during an appearance on the Mind the Game podcast, LeBron opened up about the single toughest defender he ever faced, an opponent he described as strong as an ox, someone whose intensity forced him to raise his own game to new heights. You might assume that his greatest battles took place against the modern era's most celebrated lockdown defenders, those specialists renowned for suffocating perimeter players or shutting down isolation scorers. Instead, LeBron reached back to his formative years, when he was still navigating the steep learning curve of professional basketball, and pointed to one name above all others, Metta World Peace, who in his playing days was still going by Ron Artest. It was during an early season clash in Indiana when James was still acclimating to the speed and physicality of the NBA that he first encountered Artest's unique blend of tenacity, strength, and defensive savvy. "Yeah, Ron Artest, Metta World Peace now," LeBron explained, "really good with his hands. Laterally was really good, strong as an ox. We played a game in my early years when he was in Indiana. I mean, it was challenging for sure. One of the best defenders I've probably played against. I had to go straight back to my early days. Ron definitely had you like, okay? This is what the league is about, okay? Let's continue to lock in. Imagine being an 18-year-old kid fresh out of high school, animated by dreams of championships and stadium roars, only to find yourself squared off against a veteran whose primary mission is to make you miserable on the court." For LeBron, that baptism by fire was exactly what he needed. "This is a hell of a test for you as an 18-year-old kid out of high school with a target on your back," he reflected. "I was like, yeah, I love this. This is awesome." Rather than shrinking under the pressure, he embraced the challenge, honing his handles, refining his footwork, and learning to absorb contact without losing control. That early trial against Artest became a defining moment, one that underscored the fact that raw talent alone could not carry a superstar to the summit. Resilience, adaptability, and an unwavering will to persevere must accompany it. Metta World Peace's reputation as a defensive maestro was built on more than just physical strength. He possessed a keen defensive mind, capable of anticipating offensive moves and disrupting passing lanes with lightning-quick hands. His foot speed allowed him to stay in front of even the most fleet-footed guards, and his willingness to mix it up in the paint made him a menace at every level of the floor. Offensively, he was often overshadowed by flashier names, but his defensive impact was palpable every single night. It was precisely that impact that earned him LeBron's respect and a memorable shout-out that resonated across the basketball world. Unsurprisingly, Artest himself was elated by the praise. Taking to Instagram, he celebrated the recognition from one of the game's greatest performers. "Shout out to the king, King James in the building." He wrote, "Man, I've been giving the king some praise for a long time, even though I'm competitive. Shout out to the king for recognizing my competitiveness, but it was never disrespectful. It was just competitive. I always wanted to play against the best. That's how I grew up in New York City. I wasn't always able to win these games and different things, but I appreciate the compliment." Artest's humility in receiving accolades speaks to a broader truth about his career. Beneath the fiery reputation and, yes, the infamous incidents that made headlines, there was a fiercely dedicated professional who understood the demands of high-level competition. Over 17 seasons, Metta World Peace left an indelible mark on the NBA. From iconic moments of clutch shot-making to legendary scrambles on the defensive end, he was the embodiment of toughness. Of course, the memories of his involvement in the Malice at the Palace and the notorious collision that injured Michael Jordan linger in popular lore. Yet they represent only fragments of a complex career. What truly stands out is the respect he earned from opponents, teammates, and fans alike for the way he approached the game, always willing to dig in, to fight for every loose ball, and to push himself and those around him to be better. LeBron's recent comments serve as a reminder of the fierce battles that shaped his early development and underscored the mutual respect that can exist between competitors. When one of the greatest scorers in history steps forward to honor a defender, it highlights how defense remains an undervalued art form in a world enamored with statistics and highlight reel plays. It also brings into sharp relief the idea that every legendary journey is marked by defining test moments when adversity demands growth. In our next segment, we'll dig deeper into how that epic matchup in Indiana set the stage for both players' trajectories and what lessons today's stars can draw from their rivalry. Make sure you stay tuned for more insights, because this story is far from over. As the final buzzer sounded in that early season showdown in Indiana, neither LeBron James nor Metta World Peace could have known how profoundly their encounter would echo through the years. For James, it was more than a mere entry on his burgeoning resume. It was a rite of passage that would shape the way he approached every defender thereafter. For Artist, it was another demonstration of why he earned a reputation as the game's most formidable stopper. Looking back now, with the benefit of seasons spanning almost 2 decades, it's clear that their duel exemplified the collision of raw talent and unfiltered grit, a fusion that still resonates whenever the Warriors meet on hardwood. Watching footage of that contest, one is struck by the intensity that permeated every possession. James, still learning to harness his prodigious gifts against pros twice his age, drove into the lane with fearless determination. Artist, his muscular frame coiled like a spring, slid across the baseline, hands up and feet shuffled in perfect defensive stance. Each time LeBron attempted to cross over, Artist mirrored the movement, his strong hands sniffing for steals. When James powered downhill, absorbing contact and still finishing at the rim, Artist was there to contest every burst, his footwork so precise that even the king himself admitted his crossing had to become crisper. That baptism by fire did more than sharpen LeBron's offensive arsenal. It instilled a defensive respect that has become a hallmark of his own career. Long after leaving Cleveland, through his championships in Miami and his return to Los Angeles, James has shown a willingness to dive for loose balls, to hound opposing guards, and to anchor critical defensive stands in playoff duels. One can trace that evolution directly back to the lessons learned against Artist's intensity. In today's NBA, where two-way superstars are celebrated for sealing games on both ends, James stands among the pioneers partially because he experienced firsthand the frustration of facing an impenetrable defender so early in his journey. Meanwhile, Metta World Peace's transition from player to coach in waiting has only underscored the depth of his basketball intellect. His bid for the Knicks' head coaching position speaks volumes about how franchises value defenders who understand the subtleties of positioning, help rotations, and the psychological warfare of defensive communication. The same tenacity that once forced James to refine his craft now translates into a coaching philosophy centered on accountability, effort, and trust in teammates. Watching him draw up defensive sets in practice, one can almost hear echoes of his in-game instructions. Stay connected here, cut off the drive there, eyes on the pocket pass. It's a testament to how the defensive mastery he displayed against the young LeBron has evolved into a blueprint for leading young players. Yet, even beyond the chalkboard diagrams and X's and O's, the narrative of their matchup carries life lessons for any competitor. It speaks to the idea that greatness is rarely bestowed. It is earned through encounters with those who refuse to yield. For LeBron, embracing that struggle meant refining his balance under contact, widening his repertoire of left-hand finishes, and learning to anticipate not just the defender's next move but the second-guessing that comes with in-game adjustments. In essence, he learned to thrive under pressure, to turn resistance into fuel, and to see every defensive challenge as an opportunity to grow stronger. Before we continue, we ask that you leave a like and subscribe to the channel so you won't miss any exclusive Lakers updates. Moving on, the Los Angeles Lakers may be cooking something behind the scenes, and the NBA world is starting to buzz in a scene that caught fans and insiders off guard. KEVON Looney was welcomed with cheers and celebration upon his arrival in Los Angeles. This week, the veteran big man, known for his gritty defense and relentless rebounding, was seen surrounded by enthusiastic Lakers fans at LAX, with some already donning custom-made purple and gold Looney jerseys. Could this be more than just a summer visit? Though no official word has come from the Lakers front office, the excitement among fans suggests there's more to the story. Sources close to the situation hint at serious interest from both sides, and Looney's warm reception may be the first sign of an unfolding chapter in his NBA journey. After years of loyal service with the Golden State Warriors, where He became a key piece of their dynasty. Looney could be eyeing a fresh challenge. And what better place than the bright lights of Crypto.com arena? The Lakers have made it no secret they are looking to add depth and toughness to their front court. And Looney checks many of the boxes. His playoff experience, ability to switch defensively, and unselfish playstyle could make him an ideal complement to Anthony Davis. While contract logistics and roster space remain a question, Looney's surprise appearance in Los Angeles might not be so coincidental after all. For now, it's just speculation, but the kind of speculation that gets Lakers Nation dreaming. Could Kevon Looney be the next piece in the purple and gold puzzle? Time will tell, but if the reaction from the fans is any indication, the city is more than ready to welcome him with open arms. Stay informed exclusively about Los Angeles Lakers news. Subscribe to our channel and hit the like button to keep receiving daily updates. Also, share your opinion on the news in the comments, as your contribution is crucial for the Lakers. Stay tuned for the next video.